Bhimrao Ramji Ambedkar, popularly known as Baba Saheb Ambedkar, was born on April 14, 1891, in Mao, a small town in Madhya Pradesh, India. He was the 14th and last child of his parents, Bhimabai and Ramji Sakpal. Ambedkar belonged to the Mahar caste, which was considered an untouchable community in India's caste system. He faced discrimination and oppression throughout his life due to his caste and economic background. Despite facing several challenges, Ambedkar went on to become one of India's most prominent political leaders, social reformers, and thinkers. Ambedkar was a brilliant student and received his early education at a mission school in Satara, Maharashtra. In 1913, he graduated from Elphinstone College in Bombay, now Mumbai, and went on to earn a scholarship to study economics at Columbia University in New York. He received a PhD in economics from Columbia University in 1927, becoming the first Dalit, untouchable, to earn a doctorate degree. Ambedkar was also a barrister, lawyer, and practiced law for several years in Bombay High Court. In 1932, Ambedkar played a crucial role in the Round Table Conference in London, where he demanded separate electorates for Dalits, which ultimately led to the Pune Pact. The Pune Pact was signed between the leaders of the Dalit community and Mahatma Gandhi, which ensured reserved seats for Dalits in provincial and central legislative councils. Ambedkar also served as the chairman of the drafting committee of the Indian Constitution, which was adopted on November 26, 1949. He is often called the father of the Indian Constitution for his significant contributions to its drafting. Ambedkar was a staunch advocate of the rights of the Dalit community and fought tirelessly against caste-based discrimination and oppression. He believed in the principles of democracy, social justice, and equality and worked to ensure that these principles were enshrined in the Indian Constitution. Ambedkar was a prolific writer and authored several books on a wide range of topics, including politics, economics, and social issues. His most famous work is Annihilation of Caste, which he wrote in 1936. The book is considered a seminal work in the history of Indian social reform and remains relevant to this day. Ambedkar was also a great orator and delivered several powerful speeches on various social and political issues. He founded the Bahishkrit Hitkarini Sabha in 1924, which aimed to uplift the Dalit community and provide them with access to education, healthcare, and other basic amenities. In 1956, Ambedkar converted to Buddhism along with around 5 lakhs of his followers, in a mass conversion ceremony held in Nagpur. He believed that Buddhism offered a way out of the caste system and provided a path to liberation and equality for all. Ambedkar also founded the Buddhist Society of India and worked to spread the teachings of Buddhism among the Dalit community. Ambedkar was posthumously awarded the Bharat Ratna, India's highest civilian award, in 1990. He is also known as the Mahaparinirvan Divas in India, which is observed on December 6 to commemorate his death. The Ambedkar Jayanti, his birth anniversary, is celebrated every year on April 14 as a national holiday in India. Ambedkar's family faced extreme poverty, and he had to work as a child to support them. He was forced to sit on the floor in his classroom as he belonged to a lower caste. In his early days, he faced caste-based discrimination while traveling by train. He was often not allowed to sit in the same coach as upper caste people. Ambedkar completed his bachelor's degree in economics and political science from the University of Bombay. He was the first Indian to receive a scholarship from the Baroda state government to study overseas. Ambedkar was influenced by the works of Western philosophers like John Stuart Mill, Jeremy Bentham, and Thomas Paine. He was also inspired by the teachings of Buddha and Mahatma Gandhi. In 1924, he founded the weekly newspaper Bahishkrit Bharat, which aimed to raise awareness about social issues and promote the rights of Dalits. Ambedkar was one of the founders of the Independent Labour Party, which aimed to represent the interests of the working class. He was a member of the Bombay Legislative Council from 1926 to 1935. Ambedkar was appointed as the first Law Minister of Independent India in 1947. He was a prolific speaker and delivered several speeches on the floor of the Constituent Assembly. Ambedkar opposed the practice of untouchability and worked to eliminate it from Indian society. He believed that education was the key to upliftment and empowerment of the Dalit community. Ambedkar was also a strong advocate of women's rights and worked to ensure that women had equal opportunities and rights. He believed in the separation of religion and politics and opposed the idea of using religion as a tool to gain political power. Ambedkar's contribution to the Indian Constitution includes the provision of reservations for scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, and other backward classes. He also worked to ensure that the rights of minorities were protected and that they had equal opportunities. Ambedkar's vision of a casteless society was based on the principles of liberty, equality, and fraternity. He believed that the caste system was a social evil and needed to be eradicated to create a just and equal society. Ambedkar's activism and writings inspired many social reform movements in India, including the Dalit Panthers. He was also an advocate of free and compulsory education for all. Ambedkar's last speech was delivered at a conference in Kathmandu, Nepal, in 1956, where he spoke about the need for international cooperation and solidarity among oppressed people. He died on December 6, 1956, at the age of 65 due to complications from diabetes. The Ambedkar International Center, a research and resource center dedicated to the life and works of Ambedkar, was established in New Delhi in 2017. Ambedkar's life and work have been the subject of several books, films, and documentaries. He was posthumously awarded the Lenin Peace Prize by the Soviet Union in 1973. In 2015, the Indian government declared Ambedkar's birth anniversary as Digital India Day to promote the use of technology in governance and public service delivery. Ambedkar's legacy continues to inspire social reform movements in India and around the world. The city of Nagpur in Maharashtra is home to several institutions dedicated to the life and work of Ambedkar, including the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar International Airport. The Indian Railways has named a few trains after Ambedkar, including the Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Express and the Ambedkar Diksha Bhumi Express.